Houses don't make a community, people do. Collective Perspectives is where neighbors, partners, and friends become the story. Today, meet one who makes it unforgettable.
Hey there, I'm Justin Michael with the Wells Michael Collective, and I am here with Loryn Nalic, the chef and co-owner at Telva at the Ridge and Balkan Treat Box. Nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
I am so grateful. I have eaten all of your food, and it is the best food in Webster and, dare I say, St. Louis as a whole.
Wow.
Tell us about serving the Webster community, but even on a larger scale, St. Louis.
So we live in Webster, so I live here and have businesses here. And I think if I lived here before I had businesses here. And I'm from St. Louis. I grew up in South City, and Webster was someplace that I used to come to take theater lessons. It's a big theater part of town. There's a lot of local live entertainment here, big music scene. But my dad was a plumber, but he also did acting on the side.
Wow.
So I was in Webster a lot as a child, and it was just like this sort of like fairy magical land for me. There was so many trees, and all the houses were different, and it was always a place that I really loved and kind of pictured myself being someday, not knowing how I was going to get there. But anyway, we did get there, and now I love this community. I love the area. It's so vibrant and, like I said, full of art and creativity, and being a part of this community has been really just amazing for us. You know, when you own restaurants or businesses in a small community like this, you really become part of everyone's day-to-day. You know, like you guys come here and have meetings and, you know, and talk to clients, and I have people that stop in, you know, after they drop their kids off at school. They have family parties here. You really get to know people and the ins and outs of their lives, and you get to be a part of their lives, and that's really special.
I love that. Love that. You said Webster is a magical place, and that is how I think anybody who comes here explains it at that. It's walkable in St. Louis. It's just, you don't put those two in a sentence.
Yes.
How have you been able to bring more magic? Because let me tell you, every time we eat here, it's like magic. What's your take on that? How do you bring that?
Well, I think it's, you know, we do food from, you know, the Balkan region at both restaurants. And I think having a place like ours in a community like this it's important because it adds culture, and it adds, you know, it makes people curious, and the dynamic is, you know, people naturally want to support you in the area. And so for us, bringing kind of that something a little bit different is important, and we just hope that people like it.
Well, everybody I talk to loves it. You know, that's part of our culture at the Wells Michael Collective, is doing something different. You know, everybody can do food, everybody can sell real estate, but you really find that magic when you set yourself apart, and that's what you guys have absolutely done. What does food mean to you?
Well, I think food is community. I think it's a way to connect. It's a way to, you know, it's a conversation, it's comfort, it's love, it's, I think it's everything. It finds you in the most unexpected places and unexpected conversations, and I think people naturally find comfort in food, and so to provide a place for people to come feel comfortable and be fed and feel good is makes us really proud.
I love that. You have quite the story on food and how you got here. Tell us a little bit about that whole journey.
Sure. So my husband is from Bosnia. I met him, he was here after the Bosnian War. And at the time, like, St. Louis was taking on a lot of the refugees from the war, like down in the Bevo area. And I was at that time in food sales, and that is where I was calling on restaurants down there. And so that's where I met my husband. And quickly, you know, started, of course, like, my love language is cooking food for people, and all of a sudden he's telling me like the foods that he missed and what he was craving, and of course I'm trying to like make all of this blindly, not doing the best job, by the way. But eventually, as our life went on and we knew that we would open some sort of business, food-centered business, and we got to talking and we realized that St. Louis was a really good place to open something Balkan because of the Balkan community here. I think people are just curious about it because they know so many people from the region. But my husband told me that my cooking at that point of this style of food was not good enough. And then he suggested that I leave the country and go explore the Balkan region to really kind of hone in on my craft and learn about the food. And so I left the country for the first time and went over there and like elbowed my way into restaurants and bakeries, and I would go to markets and talk to generations of women and just be like, what are you making? And they would tell me what they were making, and if I buy your groceries, can you take me with you?
I love it.
And no one ever turned me down. They always said yes. And which I think that's kind of what makes this so special is I learned a lot about hospitality over there as well. I mean, I grew up in the restaurant business and knew a lot about service, and I think hospitality changed for me after going there and seeing how hospitable these people were, and they took me in as their own. And obviously, like my family, I adore them and they all work with me to make this happen. But you really get that feeling of welcome, and being part of something. And I learned that there, not just the food.
Well, you might have brought that flavor and the culture back, but you definitely instilled it with yourself, and that's what it just bleeds out here, and it's awesome. So let's go try one of your favorite dishes.
Sounds good.
All right.
So this dish is what we call chilbear. It is a style of Turkish eggs. Had it for the first time and it blew my mind, so I knew that I needed to recreate it somehow, some way on my own for this restaurant. So we're gonna start with a little bit of warm garlic yogurt, and that's just gonna go in the center of your plate. And you're just gonna spread it out. You need to make a nice little bed or a nest for these eggs to lie in. So typically these are done with a poached egg. Our kitchen is set up a little bit different, so we do ours with a runny egg. Always want to season them. Got a little bit of Maldon salt. All right, this is a combination of cooked down tomato and brown butter. So we take that and we spoon that over the top. Such a good combination, the richness of the tomato and brown butter with the tangy, fresh, light yogurt. All right, we're gonna take it up with a little bit of spice, some Aleppo oil. Finish with some fresh herbs. So we grow a lot of the herbs here in the garden. I mean, they're all around us. Being over a nursery is, we're quite spoiled. Then we just finish with a couple of our wood fire breads, and that's our chilbear.
Well, Loryn, thank you so much. I really urge everybody, if you have never visited Telva at the Ridge or Balkan Treat Box, you need to visit both right now. Let your curiosity bring you here. You might not know what's on the menu when you read it online, but come in. It is so inviting, and everything I've tasted has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
so
nice.
much.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was
Thanks
great.
for having me.